Hey, good morning. We're back here today for our third and final day at Disneyland Paris. Very, very tiring after a rope drop to park close on the first day. We're exhausted by this point, but we've got a few more hours here to ride some rides, eat some food, and just have a good time, right? One thing to note, actually, if it is your final day and you're flying out later this evening or you're getting the train back, to the right of the main entrance of Disneyland Paris, the main park, there is a guest bag storage that varies from €6 up to, I think, €12 for a bag. So I think it's 6, 8, 10 and 12 basically, dependent on the size of the bag. So it's quite a good deal. You can just leave your bags there, then come and collect them at the end of the day. If you haven't seen our video for park open to park close on our first day, I will put a link up in the top corner as well as down in the description so you guys can go and check that out. But if you do enjoy this video throughout, give us a thumbs up, do appreciate it, really does help us out a lot. I'd love for you guys to hit the subscribe button and bell icon to be notified when we post all new videos. Let's go inside and ride some rides. I do love these decorations. Knocking it out of the park for the 30th. Look at Mickey, looking very dapper, mate. Just as you round that corner on Main Street, you turn, and the view of the castle comes in. Most spectacular castle that we've seen, at least. I hear the one in Shanghai is pretty spectacular at this point, as well as Hong Kong too. With character meet and greets returning now to all the Disney parks. We've got Stitch here, meeting and greeting. And there's a pretty crazy long queue to meet Stitch because character hugs are back. So it's actually really great to have character meet and greets back in their full force. Character hugs are back, and we actually managed to get character hugs. They came back just a couple of days before we left on our last visit in March, and I will put a link up in the top corners of the time that we met Mickey Mouse outside of Phantom Manor, dressed up in all his like Phantom gear. He looked really awesome. It was so good. That was our first one in like 2.5 years. Get a hug from Mickey Mouse. Just makes your day. Speaking of Phantom Manor and meeting Mickey just outside, that's going to be our first ride of the day, Phantom Manor. And this is a much scarier version of Phantom Manor compared to the Haunted Mansion. Do love this version of it. You just see the mansion up there, the manor even, just resting on the hill in its spooky fashion. Currently posted at a 5-minute wait. That's crazy low.
Perhaps you sense a disquieting metamorphosis. About a fire.
We had some good slow down moments on Phantom Manor, slowing down in the main ballroom, or in front of the main ballroom at least, and then slowing down in front of the Grim Grinning Ghosts. what a treat that was. We wanted to ride Big Thunder, but it's 45 minutes, and we don't really want to wait 45 minutes. We're not really feeling that. So we're going to go and ride Snow White in Fantasyland. We like a nice Disney dark ride, the vintage Disney dark rides that you get. Just going through the most spectacular castle in the world. Disney castle at least, anyway. Jumping in the queue to Snow White, and look at these little creatures on the pillars. They look amazing. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, more than a 15-minute wait. We saved Snow White from the Evil Queen. It's very nice of us to do that. We weren't going to, but we were feeling in a good mood because we've had a few days at Disneyland, so it does put you in a good mood. You want to help people, right? We're now heading over into Adventureland because we've got a dining reservation for Captain Jack's. Now, Captain Jack's is the restaurant that overlooks the beginning of Pirates of the Caribbean. Very much like the Blue Bayou at Disneyland California. So very excited for this. Seeing everybody riding Pirates of the Caribbean is going to be awesome, and the atmosphere in there should be really nice. We've got about half hour before our dining reservation at Captain Jack's, so we are going to jump in the queue for Pirates of the Caribbean just before we go in there because it's posted at a 15-minute wait at the moment. Pirates here is always a very reasonable wait. This has got the best entrance and load platform of any of the Pirates of the Caribbean rides. Look at the palm trees, the kind of village that you've got going on here. It just looks incredible. So this is Captain Jack's restaurant. This is where we'll be eating in just a moment. Are aligned. We've got Captain Hook, we've got Shmi, and they are just above Captain Jack's restaurant. And now we're going to go in Captain Jack's. Stow your weapons here. So we've got the menu here. It says the restaurant was the property of Angelica Teach and it's now the property of Captain Jack Sparrow, saying he won the restaurant fair and square in a wager with Angelica Teach. So we've got a whole host of starters, all around the 17-18 euros a piece. You've then got your main courses that are in the 30s, and then desserts for around 15 euros each. You can get a birthday cake as well, which is 35 euros. You also have the set menu, which is 42 euros per person without a drink. And then you've got the children's set menu as well. So you've also got a couple of 30th anniversary dessert items here as well. You've got the Taste Sensation Celebration. And then you've got the mini Mickey cake, which is 11 euros and 15 euros respectively. You've got the alcoholic and non-alcoholic fruit delight cocktails, as well as the 30th anniversary wine, red or white, 9 euros for a glass and 38 euros for a bottle. So we got our food very quickly actually. This is the chicken salad, and we've also got a warm roll as well. Becky's gone for a pina colada, and it's come in this porcelain coconut, which is really cool to see. And because we're annual pass holders, it turns out you actually get a free soft drink with a sit-down meal, which we didn't know about. So the salad we've got is kind of chicken salad with lettuce, some julienne carrots in there. You've got cabbage, you've got like a lime and lemon vinaigrette kind of sauce on top there as well. Quite nice, quite sharp. We wouldn't have chosen it if there was another option on that we liked on the menu for the starter, but it was kind of a fish starter, chicken starter, and a vegetarian starter. We weren't keen on the vegetarian starter, and I'm not a massive lover of fish, so the chicken was the only option really. So this is the chicken and prawns off the set menu. Looks like you got looks like coconut over the top of it as well. And then this is the pork with aubergine and butternut squash from the main menu. And I love that the rice comes in these little coconut shells as well. That's a really cute little touch. Very themed menu, very much themed to like Caribbean food, stuff like that. Not spicy or anything, because they're trying to cater to like every palate, but they're very much themed menu items. The chicken and prawn is probably the highlight of the meal so far. Tastes kind of like a coconut curry. You've got the chicken and the prawn, the coconuts in there. You've got quite a fragrant tasting sauce in there as well. It's a little bit like a stew, a little bit like a curry. Good combination, I think. Really good dish. For our dessert, we've gone for the pineapple shortbread. It looks like you've got cream on there as well, and that's either vanilla bean or chocolate. We'll find out now. It's chocolate. Let's give it a try. Pretty nice. Shortbread's not as like crunchy and thick as you'd like. It's more crumbly, but that's a very, very nice dessert overall. You've got the pineapple and the citrus there, gives it a good flavour, and then it mellows it out with the cream on top. The decor in here is just absolutely incredible. And then if you get the right table, you've got a view of the beginning of the Pirates of the Caribbean ride as well, which is just awesome. You've got the ship here, which actually connects directly into the ride, which is really cool. And you go just underneath that that mast over there. So lunch in Captain Jack's was quite nice actually. The atmosphere was just phenomenal. The food I'd probably give like a 6 or 7 out of 10. The set menu wasn't great. Actually, the main from the set menu was really good. That was the chicken and prawn. And then we ordered the pork separately, which was like 40 euros. and it just wasn't. Wouldn't rate that one. The chicken and prawn I would rate 100%. And we're going to make our way over to Discoveryland now. So hopefully we want to try and get a ride on Hyperspace Mountain. But look who we've got coming through. It's with a lot of sadness that this is closed. What a fantastic opportunity that was to see her there. But we're really sad that It's a Small World is down, and that is, I mean, the entire facade is behind Scrim, so they must be completely gutting that. Discoveryland here is unlike any of the other Tomorrowlands that you've got. I say unlike any of the other Tomorrowlands because it isn't Tomorrowland, it's Discoveryland, but it's just got that real steampunk-esque vibe here rather than like the future tomorrow. Because the future Tomorrowlands actually have become, I guess, a little outdated, whereas Discoveryland is always just constant. The difference here between Space Mountain in Disneyland and Magic Kingdom versus Hyperspace Mountain here, just really, really different. You've got a launch straight up over the top there, which is really cool, from the cannon and down into the top. I do hope the Nautilus is back in operation at some point in the near future. It's a nice walk through underneath this water. We've just done single rider here on Hyperspace Mountain, and we come in a completely different entrance, obviously, as we do all the time, but we completely walked into this final queue area. Single rider on Hyperspace Mountain was only actually 5 minutes, maybe 10-minute wait. Posted at a 20-minute wait. We were saying that a lot of the parks around the world, they don't post the single rider wait times. They don't commit to it at all, which is interesting that they do it here. They say 20 minutes. Most of the time when we've done single rider here, we've actually gotten on before it says, apart from Web, that was about 25, 30, 5 minutes over basically. So we just actually did front row on Hyperspace Mountain, and that is the way to go. I don't think middle row does it justice. We need to try the back at some point in the future, but the front is definitely where it's at. Just the force that you get and the G-forces that you get coming around some of those turns really pushes you back in your seat. My eyes were watering towards the end of it. Absolutely awesome. But look what we've just found here outside Mickey's PhilharMagic. I like these kind of just random bits of entertainment that you find. There's a few of them dotted throughout the queue, but you never actually queue for this at all, so it's kind of a shame. Just exiting Discoveryland now, and look at the queue for Buzz. Extended all the way out. It has got to be a long wait.
No shade at all.
Yeah, there's no shade. That's got to be warm in there. Saying it's only a 30-minute wait, I highly, highly doubt that that is a 30-minute wait. I love the Garden of Wonders. Just look at it. So, like, just so majestic how they've made it. All these spinning statues. And what I'll do, I will put a link up in the top corner so you guys can go and check out our video where we take you on a full trip of the Garden of Wonders. We're walking right down the middle of Main Street, USA. So we're going to head out into Walt Disney Studios Park now. after we've spent some time here in Disneyland Park, just to chill out and watch a show. So just before we leave the park, we're going to take a ride on the Disneyland Railroad and taking the whole sights and sounds of Disneyland Park as a whole.
Mesdames et messieurs, nous sommes en route vers Saint-Pierre-Land. Dans quelques secondes, nous défilerons dans cette merveille de la nature et le Grand Canyon. Prenez garde aux animaux le long de la voie.
All these vintage posters under the railroad are very cool. We're just gonna head out of the sortie, the exit, as we are gonna go over to Walt Disney Studios Park. And just like that, we're in Walt Disney Studios Park. 5 minutes to park hop between the two. It's very much like the Californian parks. I wonder where the third gate will be when they eventually build it. Back in the Walt Disney Studios Park, going into Toon Studio, because we've got a show to see. Over in the Animagic Theatre, we've got Mickey and the Magician. We've not seen this before.
Come in, Mickey. Welcome to my workshop.
Our invitation, and be our guest. Be our guest. Put our service to the test. Tie your napkin around your neck, shut, and we'll provide the rest.
So we just saw Mickey and the Magician at the Animagic Theatre, and wow, that is like West End Broadway quality show. There's a lot of really cool effects in there. Lots of just awesome things going on. And the singing, the dancing, the magic, all the cast that you had, that was just absolutely incredible. But before we leave the park, we had to get one thing, didn't we? A Mickey Premium Bar. That was a bit of a disaster. The Mickey Premium Bar had basically like melted completely. It was falling apart as we were eating it. Just was not working at all. I think that's it. I think it's time for us to leave Disneyland Paris for today. Gotta go and collect our bags next to Disneyland Paris park and show you guys where you can drop and collect your bags, just in case you are coming here on your travel day. All right, when you want to drop bags or collect them from Disneyland Park, you've got the legend statue just here. You turn to the right and take a stroll through the gardens this way. Go all the way around the outside to the very right hand side of the Disneyland Hotel and the main entrance. This is the ticket booth here. Obviously we've got the walls up in front of the hotel at the moment, but you can kind of see where we are. You've got Pink Elephant's topiary, just over there. And then as we turn to the right and go under the bridge between the parts of the hotel, we come through this entrance here. So here you've got a guest relations booth and you've got the guest storage area. You need to keep your receipt, and it ranges from 6 to 10 euros per bag. So this time, for the first time ever for us, we're going to get the Eurostar from Chessy train station here at Disneyland Paris all the way to King's Cross, St Pancras. And we're going to let you guys know what that experience is like, because we're going to experience it for the first time as well. Chessy train station is right outside Disneyland Paris. To get to it, you have to go into Disney Village and then out to the left. So you got Annette's just here, the exit. And if you arrive by train, you just go over there to the entrance of Disneyland. So as we come in, we've got a little screen just here. Londres, 1803, and there's a little caption that keeps coming across saying check-in is on the top floor. So we're going to show you how to get there in just a second. We've got a couple of shops in here, a Pret-a-Manger. We got some vending machines, and there's also a Starbucks just down here as well. So as we come down to the end of the building, we've got the sign, Eurostar, Disney Express, and so we're going to take the escalator up. We are only here 30 minutes before check-in, so we're hoping, or 30 minutes before departure even, sorry, we're hoping that we're still pretty good. So Disney Express here is a service that they have on offer right next to the Eurostar, where you can drop your bags as soon as you arrive and you can go and check out the parks straight away. You have to be staying at a Disney-owned hotel, so Santa Fe, Cheyenne, Newport Bay Club, Sequoia Lodge, or the Art Marvel, or the Disneyland Hotel when it does open, but that's a very good service to get you straight into the parks. So check-in is just over there. We went up, we've gone through security, and we are back the other side, coming down the escalator, and the train is just here. Direct train from Disneyland Paris to London. We are quite a ways away. We've been walking for a time. There is a food service on board as well, so you can grab yourself something to eat. We're in carriage 17, so we've got a long way to go. Food service is in coach 13, at least on board here. One thing of note, there is a Starbucks, as I said, in the train station. We got a Starbucks, and I don't like saying people are stupid, but the stupid security guard says to us, put the cups in a tray and put them through the x-ray machine. Fine. The x-ray machine's got those dangly things that separate, you know, like doorways and stuff like that. Tips the cup straight over, goes all over the belt. I said this was going to happen, and now we've lost 2 Starbucks. Great. Just a quick overview of the cabin. Bag area wasn't a lot. We're in seat 65 and 66. We've got a pretty large table in front of us. lots of leg room, and we've got a European and a UK plug socket here as well. So quite a bit of room, little pocket to put some stuff in. Not bad overall.
Good evening, welcome on board this Eurostar to London St Pancras.
So we've got ourselves a small snack on board the Eurostar. We've got a ham and cheese baguette, ham and M&T top, and a Kit Kat. And this was €8, which is quite pricey. But hey, they've got hold of you, right? The only drinks you can get were alcoholic drinks. They didn't have any soft drinks or anything like that. So recommend bringing some stuff. So we are back in England. We've got to King's Cross and St Pancras. We've got to go through border check here. We also did a passport check over in Paris. But what an easy journey that was. 2 hours, 2.5 hours, direct on the train from Disneyland to London. Fantastic. Such an easy way of doing it. Now, that was a bit more expensive than flying, but you've got to weigh up the time that it takes to faff around at the airport, especially right now, and then versus, you know, what you're just waiting on the train. We parked at Gatwick, so we've got to now make our way to Gatwick. But I'll let you know what the border control is like here as well, and just how the situation is currently, because obviously everything's a little bit difficult and up in the air right now. When we came back from Orlando, that was a bit of a pain just getting the bags, so I'm glad we don't have to do that, because we took our checked bag with us. Simple as that. That was quite easy. Current state of border control. I don't know if this is normal or not. So this is where we come out, and we are opposite pools, Gant, and we've got a money exchange just here as well. So you're straight into King's Cross, and we are back where we started here in the South Terminal, just like that. So that's the end of our day at Disneyland Paris and our journey back from Disneyland to London on the Eurostar. That's our first time doing that, and it's an interesting way of doing it. It feels a little bit weird because you are just sat down for 2.5 hours, and it feels longer. It does feel longer because when you're flying, you're only up in the air for about 40-45 minutes, going from Paris to London again. We had a bit of a funky one because we still parked at Gatwick, so we had to make our way from King's Cross to Gatwick after the fact, which was a lot of fun, right? But still, it was an experience. And if you've got a fear of flying or anything like that, you don't enjoy that situation, then the Eurostar is the way to go, though it is typically a little bit more expensive than flying. So hopefully you've enjoyed following along with us at Disneyland, and if you've been watching the entire series, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't seen the rest of the videos from our time at Disneyland and our first time visiting Avengers Campus as well, I'll put a link down in the description to that so you can go and check out those videos. So if you did enjoy this video throughout, give us a thumbs up. I do appreciate it. It really does help us out a lot. And I'd love for you guys to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified when we post all new videos. We'll see you on the other side. Thanks.